Whoops, I just got a little warning here. Heads up, we've detected video in your stream belonging to someone else. Your stream may be blocked temporarily. Okay, so I better be careful. It's not like I don't think I'll get a strike for it, but I would probably get, like they just take the stream down. But I love starting the episodes with a little bit of music, especially this track in particular, because chat, the day is here, man. The day is here. Drake just surpassed Michael Jackson, bro. The one thing that people were saying he couldn't do, the one thing that he reminded people he was really close to on first-person shooter, remember? I'm one away from Michael. I'm one away from Michael. Beat it. Right? I'd say it's around right here. Legendary. The Canadian came through, man. The Canadian came through and dominated. And now there's nothing else that they can really say at this point. There's nothing else they can say. Mind you, I watched all these dudes try to push this narrative that there was no hits on the album. Not a single hit. Not a single hit, right? Let's look it up. Drake beats MJ record. Wow. I don't know if people realize just how crazy this is. Drake beats Michael Jackson's record for the most number ones by a solo male artist ever. He's quite literally the most successful male artist of all time. So you could call him a pop artist, you could call him whatever you want. He's going down as the biggest artist of all time, as a man, right? So you know what comes with being the biggest artist of all time? Having the biggest haters, right? Having the most haters. Drake has broken the record previously held by MJ. And rest in peace to MJ. We don't want to take away from his greatness. I don't think Drake is doing that either. He's been paying homage for years. He's paying a lot of homage on the album. And, he's got the glove. It's like a perfect storm. It's a perfect storm, the fact that he's tying the Michael stuff into the album while beating the record, because he's also suing the label. Something that Michael had a lot of problems with his label, right? So it's perfect. It's perfect. It's interesting that they even had the exact same allegations on him. Something to take note of. So additionally, Drake beats Morgan. Let me go back up and read here, chat. We'll read this. He has the most number ones on the Billboard Hot 100 by a solo male artist, and he did it with Janice. Janice, shut the fuck up. I think a lot of us were kind of predicting that this would be the one to do it. I was kind of in between this and Shebang, because Shebang is going crazy too right now. Like, I've been seeing a lot of people playing it, like in club settings and like weddings and whatever, right? Like, people just having a good time. They're running Shebang a lot. So with this accomplishment, Drake ties Rihanna and Taylor Swift for the most number ones across all acts with 14 chart toppers. The only other artists ahead of them are Mariah Carey with 19. The Beatles have 20. So Drake is... Before it's all said and done, Drake will have this record. I'm telling you right now, Drake will have this record. He will surpass the Beatles eventually. Because he's definitely not done. I think this is like, I look at ICEMAN and the 3 albums that he just dropped, is almost like he's starting a game with this, right? Like, and this is just level 1. We're only on the first level. We're only at the start of what's to come. He's just getting started. Additionally, Drake beats Morgan Wallen's record from 2025 for earning the most entries in a single week on the chart with 42 songs, bro. 42 songs are on the top 100 right now for him. That's crazy. What did Wallen have? Wallen had 37 at one point. And then he had 36 before that. I'm surprised Taylor Swift didn't have this, but she had 32. She had 32 on there at one time. Morgan Wallen had 37, and now Drake just beat it with 42. Did Drake drop 42 or 43 tracks? Did one not make it? Maybe the interlude. There's an interlude on one of them, but I thought he dropped 43 records. So across the top 10, Drake occupies 9 of those slots. For Ella Langley's Choosing Texas. I've never heard of this person, bro. Ella Langley. Choosing Texas. I guess it's country, right? Which hangs on at number 5. With that, he extends his record total career count to 90 songs to hit the top 110. By the time it's all done, I believe Drake will have over 100 songs to enter the top 10. Probably even more. He's definitely not done. He also becomes the first act ever to amass more than 400 career entries on the Hot 100. And I'll be honest with you, Chad, I'm not like this crazy numbers guy or the type of guy to like force numbers to justify if an artist is great or not. But all 3 of these albums are great. Drake dropped great music, amazing production, amazing quality. All 3 albums are dope. The people are loving it. You're hearing it outside. You're seeing the masses play it. And it's well-deserved. It's well-deserved. The music is great. And we're even seeing people, you know, I saw a lot of disingenuous shit going on with when the album first dropped and even leading up to the album where a lot of these guys were trying to plant narratives like, oh, it's victim rap. Oh, he's treating himself like a victim. Or, oh, there's no hits. You know, Elliott Wilson said, just give us one. You gave us 43. We just want one. Now, over the last couple of days, Elliott Wilson's changed his tone. Now he's saying, oh, I like 14. I actually love 14 songs on it. I think this is the best album. I think this is hip-hop album of the year or album of the year, he said. Which I think it's disingenuous because I feel like if the narrative was amongst people that this was victim raps or that it didn't have any hits and that people didn't like the music, I feel like people like Elliot, Bootleg Kev, and all these other guys will be the first people kicking Drake's back in. But because that narrative doesn't work and because it does have hits, they got to jump off the hater train. Like it's really easy. It's really easy to hop on the hater train when it's like full of people, when it's packed. But when there's only a couple losers left on the train, you got to hop off. And it's one of those things where I feel like a lot of these media personalities, journalists, whatever, they just go with the status quo. They go with the general consensus. If the general consensus is we hate Drake and this is profitable, well, let's eat. But now if it's going back the other way and the pendulum's shifting back, they're trying to get their way back in there. You know, I don't respect it. I see it for what it is. I don't think it's genuine because, one, I don't think it's genuine to make a tweet about the album within an hour of it being out and bashing it. Like if you really care about the artist that much and the art, you wouldn't make a tweet like that. You wouldn't call it victim rap within the first hour of it being out. You wouldn't say that it didn't have any hits for the first hour of it being out. You know, if you actually sat with the album and cared about it, you wouldn't make a comment like that. So over the weekend, ICEMAN, Habibti, and Maid of Honor made chart history. So I need someone to make a list. I need someone to make a list of all the records that Drake has been beating. Because, like I said, I'm not crazy about numbers and like how much. I'm not a big sales guy. I think sales are important, but it's not like a huge driving force for me. But I do think what Drake has done is, one, he's proved everyone wrong. He's made them look like idiots. He's made them look incompetent, and he's just made them look like a pack of haters, and they're all starting to reveal themselves as time goes on. I mean, I was looking at something from Torre last night, and he was saying that there's no hits on the album. No hits. Like, what album did you listen to? Let's look at the Billboard, chat. Billboard Hot 100. This is going to look crazy. I haven't looked at this yet. Oh, is this the old one? What's going on? I thought this was filled up with Drake stuff. This must be old. Is it just a projection and the chart is not out yet? What am I missing, chat? Drake reacts to the break in the record. Drake's number 1 on the Hot 100. What am I missing? You said that guy's a creep? Yeah. It comes out tomorrow? Okay. So, like, they're telling us ahead of time. They're giving us the data ahead of time. A total of 42 tracks will be on there. What tracks what is the list of the ones that Drake had on there? Like, what songs was it? List of songs that Drake had number 1 on Hot 100. What were the tracks? You know what I like about this? What he did here is it's actually, he's rapping. It's not like a God's Plan. It's not like like a Tootsie Slide type of record. He's rapping on it. And like, based on what I saw, Make Them Pay, I saw the producer, he made a tweet about it. He was like, yo, we got a boom bat type beat that I made that's like number 9 on Billboard right now. So for all the people who was saying that Drake can't chart with like a rap song, you're wrong. And then like it's funny because the exact same people will try to say that Luther was like a rap song when Kendrick's not rapping at all on that. Not at all. It's like an R&B joint. So Janice STFU going number 1, that is a rap song. He's rapping on that. So that's fire. That's fire. Like I said, man, I feel like a lot of us thought too, when the album dropped, I feel like a lot of us kind of predicted that this album would stick around for a while. I don't think these records are going anywhere for quite some time. I don't think Janice is going to be on the chart for just like a week or a couple weeks and fall off. I think it might be there for at least a month. And if Janice gets pushed down, it'll just be another record like Shebang that takes its place. Because like a lot of these records are making their rounds now. Shebang being one of them. Shebang seems to be going pretty crazy. Like I've been hearing my girl on TikTok, like hearing her swipe, and I hear that record a lot. I hear Janice a lot. Lots of them, right? So these are the ones that he had, 13 number 1 hits. So What's My Name, Work, One That. These are features though. God's Plan, Nice for What, In My Feelings, Tootsie Slide, What's Next, Way Too Sexy. I forgot that went number 1. Slime You Out went number 1. First Person Shooter was the last one. First Person Shooter was the last one that went number 1. That's crazy. He even mentions on that too, you know, that like he's about to beat the record. So right now, I'm curious what the Drake community, like, you know, they're all celebrating right now. And more off, Drake celebrated as well. Of course he did, right? And I'm sure his team is doing the same. Let's see what Mark got. So yeah, Drake made this post here. Neck broke from carrying the chain, back broke from carrying the game, records broken, carry on my name, carry on. So look, this almost got 1 million likes on it in 2 hours, 24,000 comments. This actually looks really similar. Like you see the mountains in the background. It looks really similar to to this picture. I don't think he had Michael in the zine, though, from what I can remember. Let me see. I don't think he had MJ in here. Maybe he could be, and I missed it. Right here, look. So you see those mountains in the background. And, like, this is, like, the way I always looked at these records. Like, it's got plaques or CDs, like, in a graveyard, right? And I felt like these are all the records that Drake, you know, he didn't help people with. or they could represent records that he didn't drop that were hits for the last couple years when he kind of held back. But one thing we do know is he delivered with ICEMAN, and he knew that he was going to have a hit. He knew it, and so did his team. People like Maul, people like lots of the people around Drake knew that this was going to happen. It's kind of funny because I remember with NOCTA, it only went to number 2. And normally that would have been a number 1 record for Drake. Normally. But given the time, I guess they were playing games, he probably should have got it with this one. But that didn't happen. Once again, though, I do want to show respect to MJ. I think his record is in good hands. I think the right man... I think MJ will be proud that it's Drake, you know, because of everything that Drake has been through over the last couple of years with that label and just how much he's up against. I think MJ is probably looking down and happy that Drake is the one to do it. I don't mean to get corny, but I really believe that. I really believe that. And I think he's been showing homage to Michael in the best way possible. Just like he's been doing for everyone else's legacies, whether it be, you know, people in the Bay like Mac Dre or whoever. I think Drake always gives the props and always shows respect to people like this. And we've had a lot of MJ references from him over the years. We even had a lot in the battle too, right? Maybe I'm Prince and you're actually Mike. He did have the MJ in Family Matters too, remember? Then, of course, he also got the glove on the cover.
Maybe in this song, you should...
But do you guys agree there's something poetic about Drake including that glove on the cover of the album and beating the record with it? It's like he knew it was going to happen. He knew it was going to happen. But there's a part here where he shows the Michael figure. What is this? What? This plays a record. I remember it plays Black or White. What was the last number 1 that Michael got? What was the it'd be the 13th, right? Or the 12th. What was the last record that Michael Jackson had go number 1 for the record on Billboard? What was the last record? Okay, You're Not Alone. You Are Not Alone. Or at least from his story. Told my story, it made his story. Yeah. So he shows them here. I just wanted to check.
The honorable thing is to give me the loot.
So he's been paying homage for a long time. But I definitely find it interesting that he got that glove on the cover. Also, what is it? Make them cry, right? Make them cry. No, make them remember. No, it's not make them remember. It's a different. This one, make them know. Yeah. So you got to kind of think about what he's doing here, right? He's burning down his bot farm with Michael's gloves on.
And tried to the R switch place with the I. I never forget that July. The worst that I felt in a while. I'm glad that you think that I'm soft.
I actually watched a thing from a clip from the dude on IG who set this up. Like they contracted him to make this bot farm, and like he kind of went over how he did it. It was really cool. I'll probably include it in my video.
I'm glad that you think that I'm shy. I need you to think all these things. I got bigger than what's in my mind. I've taken an eye for an eye. I sent a boy up to the sky.
The thing is, too, you got to look at these phones, every single one of them, because there's clues on these phones. There's things on these phones that people missed.
I still haven't lost any sleep, and I definitely didn't cry. Hey, yo, Gucci, get back in the ride, because that's definitely not the guy. Mistaken identity.
I love this song, too, chat. I know, but you guys, this is such a banger.
Mixed with adrenaline, almost just kiss you goodbye. It's rap, so it sound like a lie when I talk to you and I confide.
Okay, let me see a couple super chats because I want to make sure I don't fall behind on these. Lucho Hondo, thank you for the 5, bro, very much. We are witnessing a legacy, a living legend in our lifetime, the greatest of the greats. What a time to be alive. That's a fact, Lucho, bro. It's a fact. And no one can downplay it. I don't know how anyone could downplay what he's done. Well, in fact, I just saw a tweet from Jeremy Cole who said MJs are all solo, over half of Drake's are features or have a feature. So that's how people will do it, right? They'll find a way to downplay it as if Drake didn't contribute massively to records like What's My Name or any of the other features that he hopped on and basically made it his own. Like those sorts of shit. I hate shit like that, bro. Just admit that the dude is great. Admit that he did it. Admit that he did it, right? JX88 with the 2. When you dropping your breakdown? It's getting really close. I'm stuck, man. I'm stuck in between. I'm stuck in between something where I got like 2 theories for the same thing, but I can only go with one. And like they're the opposite of each other. So I've been stuck on it for a couple days, and I won't be, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out what the best way to do it is. 5 from Hey Hype. Thank you, bro. Hey Dirt, if you go to war with these haters, I got your back. I'll get the whip bats and banana clips if need be. OVO, fam, really do pop off. Yeah, no, I usually leave those guys alone, but it's, if you've been following me on Twitter over the last week, I've been completely cooking these guys because 1, how they treated me, 2, how they treated Drake, 3, how they acted for the last 2 years. And also, they're exposing themselves. They're exposing themselves every day, but by the millisecond. They look ridiculous. Drake is making these guys look like complete idiots. They literally said that he would never have another number 1. That his era was over. His run is done. It was good while it lasted. They were saying Drake can't do it anymore. It's the dot era. This new style of hip hop is being ushered in. The shift is here. Tyler, the Creator, put his album out. The Clips put their album. Oh, this is what's going to be hot now. This type of shit. And I love that music too. I'm not saying I don't love it, but I'm saying they were wrong the whole time. But everybody knew that. Everybody, they were living in a fairy tale. And it's fun to see, it's great to see it get all debunked. 5 from OVO Maddie. Emailing an article I made debunking Drake colonizing thing. I think it might be worth sharing with people. We need to debunk these talking points. Absolutely, bro. Send it to me. Skrilladelphia USA with the 5. Got my OVO shirt the same day he broke it when it was supposed to come Thursday. A part of history. Let's go, man. That's dope. That's dope. Congrats. 5 from Raven Hage. Drake started to feel like a whole sports team out here. This is just much a victory to the fans as it is for the boy. I agree, bro. I agree. It's just as much a victory as for him as it is for us. 5 from Drew Lutz. That Drake and Wallen track is going to do numbers when we get it. Ella has been on fire. Choosing Texas is a banger. I don't know her. I'll have to check it out. I'm not a country guy. It's the one. It's like the one genre I can't do. Thinking Brother with the 10. Thank you so much, bro. Dirt, what you're saying is what I like to call the Drake hate economy. They only hate because it brings money. That's exactly what it is, bro. And I watched it happen. 336 from Boss Rocco. Rocco. Iceman the GOAT. Facts, bro. 365 Boss Rocco. When is the breakdown coming out? I don't have an exact date. Well, I do have an exact date because I got to have it out before June 7th. So it'll be out before that. Hold on, it's my little brother. Yo, you're on stream with me right now.
Is that Tori? Yo.
You're on stream with me.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like people could hear you. Do you want to cook or what?
Yeah, let's work.
Okay, I'm just gonna be on here for another little bit, and then we can hop on Zoom.
All right.
Okay, all right, buddy.
All right, sweet.
Okay,
See
bye.
ya.
Yeah, my little brother, he's a massive Drake fan too. So like we get on Zoom and like we're going through this together. So it's like I got a buddy while I'm doing it, you know. Let me see. So yeah, the breakdown will be up before June 17th. Lines tap with the 216. I sent you the Drake records and predictions on IG. Okay, I'll check it out, bro. 5 from Jeremy Cole. MJs are all solo. Okay, we talked about that one already. 212 Russell Marco. How they say got classics if it's shit you never revisited. I like that line because it's true. You got a classic that no one plays. You got a classic that you don't hear outside. You got a classic that you don't hear anywhere. So how is it a classic? Indian Warrior with the 270. Thank you. That's why every song sound like Drake featuring Drake. That's basically what the charts are. $5 from Jeremy Cole. Curious why you can't listen to Dot's music now. With your 616 breakdown, I figure it's go same for both. The reason why I can't listen to Dot's music anymore in the way that I used to, because I feel like, one, the angles he took in the battle, I don't respect, because I feel like he pandered. Two, I feel like he had the entire industry behind him for it. But more than anything, it's his loudest supporters through hip-hop media and how they acted that made his music unlistenable for me. Right now, I'm not saying I won't bounce back eventually, but right now, they made him look terrible to me. So I struggle to listen to any Kendrick since the battle, and that's just me. And like I said, a big part of it is the people, the media heads who pushed the Dot era, and they made it seem like, you know, remember when he dropped that track, Watch the Party Die? Watch the Party Die. Look how these guys acted.
Who glorify killing, who during all the bad parts, speaking to all the bad
Watch.
innocent lives because the innocent kids or the innocent people that he's saying, which could be. But I also think that's not supposed to be as metaphorical as I first heard it. I think he's dead saying this song is about all the bad parts, speaking to all the bad parts of hip hop and our culture in general. So he's almost saying, yeah, let's not just make this a moment about Drake. Let's also get all the bad shit out of here. So I think he's really killing about talking about the people like the drill rappers, who glorify killing.
So basically, they wore this track, and this is what makes Kendrick unlistenable to me, because they took this track, Let the Party Die, and they lived vicariously through it and spread narratives like to make him look fucking crazy, because they were basically saying, oh, Drake's music's done. Like, it's going to go back to this pure style of hip hop. Everything's going to be Talib Kweli. Everything's going to be... That's what they pushed. They pushed this shift. And it made Kendrick look fucking crazy to me. Much less he dropped this, they made it sound like this, and then he did like 3 records with Playboi Carti. So I think the guy's a massive hypocrite. I've heard stuff about him behind the scenes. I heard he's terrible to work with. He's a piece of shit person. So yeah, I don't care to listen to his music anymore. Right? I don't care to listen to his music right now. Sean Artemis, subscription. Thank you, bro. 2 from Queens Get the Money. I didn't like how Kendrick made it a Cali versus Drake. No, he didn't just make it a Cali versus Drake, because it almost became like a Canada versus US thing where, like, bro, as a white man in hip hop, the main thing that insult that I would get is people will call me a culture vulture. But after the battle, people would just call me Canadian. That was the insult. He like that invisible border. He really weaponized that. the Not Like Us thing, it empowered dudes like this guy and a bunch of other people. A lot of these guys were like truly invisible. Not Screwface. Screwface was pretty popping, but a lot of these guys, no one mentioned them. No one talked about them. And I feel like the Kendrick shit, the Not Like Us shit, empowered them from being invisible for as long as they were. And basically what they did is they congregated in groups and they bonded over their hatred for Drake, and they weaponized the word culture to do it. And they did it for 2 years. Like, you're not like us. Get him out of here. He's a vulture. That's not real hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, it, like, Not Like Us will probably go down as one of the most divisive and one of the worst things to happen to the genre in the history of the genre, because of the way that these guys acted. So, like, when you see me on Twitter or wherever, and I'm poking fun at these dudes now for the L's that they're taking, it's personal for me in a lot of ways. So, it is what it is. You justified his angles with 616 video, though. Yeah, that video, I'm not, that video is what it is. I didn't like how, oh, wow, Calf with the 100, K-Half. Nice, bro. Thank you so much for the 100. Hundo for the go to breakdowns. Bro, listen, I had a fan email me like a couple days ago, and like, I want me to read what he said. It was like fucking low key pretty mean, bro. Like, first off, I don't feel like I need unsolicited advice, but I'll tell you what he said. He said, I like your videos, but you take way too long to post, and this is why you're falling off. There's no reason for you to not have a video out on ICEMAN within the first 3 days, and it's been a week plus since with no new content from you while it's hot. This is constructive criticism. You should reevaluate your video making process or stop overthinking things and trying to be a perfectionist. Creators like, and then he dropped a couple creators. He's like, they already have multiple videos out. And I wasn't mean to him, but I was like, yo, bro, like, I didn't build the channel by putting a video out every 2 or 3 days. I could do that. I could do that if I wanted, but I think then my channel will be like everyone else. So yeah, I'll take 2 weeks to look at these videos, and I just take my time, right? I really appreciate the hundo though, man. That's really, really dope. Holy W, refreshed, Dirt. Thank you for the 2. Look, man, like, I just want to remind people of how these guys acted. Like, Drake is over. Let me just type that in. Drake is done. He beat Jay-Z's record this week. He beat MJ's record. Charles Brown is done with Drake. This is sad. Drake just lost everything. Drake got into a fight and lost while going back to LA for the first time.
So I had done my best to ignore the ongoing legal battle between Drake and UM.
Yeah, it's like, it's just a bunch of hate, right? But look at this. It got 404,000 views. He made a lot of money off that. Self-destruction of Drake. How Drake Drake is done. Drake is over. Drake got what he deserves. Drake is finished. Drake is right about Kendrick. What? #1 hater on ICEMAN and Mega.
Drake dropped 3 crappy albums the way I drop 3 bags of trash on the curb every Sunday night. 43 songs, 43 skips. He's got...
Well, like, you know what I mean? Like, 43 songs, 43 skips, but that's not the general consensus. That's not, maybe for you. Like, I'm curious to know who his favorite rappers are. What does he listen to? What music does he like?
Got that poetry slam talk flow that's horrible.
Every Drake song sounds like a voice note that he accidentally recorded over a beat.
Bro, like, you guys aren't listening to the music. You're not listening to the music. Drake does crazy stuff sometimes, but he's not. This got to be sarcasm. But no, this is what I'm saying. Like, this guy here used to be like a really respected journalist in hip hop, but like a lot of these guys have now turned to, like, he's like a 58-year-old TikToker now. Like this is not like normal professional journalist behavior to start out a video like this and say things like this when it's objectively wrong.
Drake dropped 3 crappy albums the way I drop 3 bags of trash on the curb every Sunday night.
Bro, he looks so frail and weak. It's like I don't even think he could lift a bag of trash. Let me see. 5 from Ricky Hernandez. Thank you, bro. Thank you for always being here too, and all the people in the chat. I really appreciate you guys rocking with me in the channel. Right, Dirt, you take too long. That's why you're falling off. Wow. Give me more content. Yeah, it's like on one hand, but like it's like he's like this is constructive criticism. But it's like you're telling me I'm falling off, bro. Like that's not constructive criticism. That's just fucking mean. Like One Shot Johnny, thank you for the sub, and CJO CTS. But yeah, like this is what you get, man, dude. Like I'm willing to hear him out. Should I be though?
43 songs.
Nah, fuck this, man. We're not paying attention to these losers, bro. Like it's a big moment right now for Drake, and these guys don't deserve any shine or coverage because all they're gonna do is hate. So I'm sure if you look on the, what's this guy, Hit a J3, if my verse from the album was on ICEMAN, would it still slap? No. I hope Rick Ross shows growth on the new album. He won't. Even delete it. Look at this. Drake passing Michael Jackson is history. Can't deny that, but he's no MJ, he's Elvis. Stop giving him the glove and give him that slick back. Okay. All right. Lil Wayne says the Carter, I'm not the best with the Roman numerals, but I guess that's the Carter 7? 5, 6, yeah, right? It's coming soon. I'm not sure if we gonna just name it the Carter 7, but I got albums coming as well. Let's see. Wayne, you guys want to hear some more Wayne or what? Are you good off Wayne, or do you want to? I would like to see Drake and Wayne come together for a couple tracks again.
Is what they do is they just come in here and they just grab a bunch of songs and they just put it.
The Carter 6 last year. Is the Carter 7 coming soon? And if so, is that the case? And maybe you give us maybe a sneak peek if there's any features on the album.
The Carter 7 is
Carter 6. Remember when he does that on the album?
coming soon. I'm not sure if we're gonna just name my next album the Carter 7, but I got albums coming as well. But I don't know if they're gonna just name it Carter 7 or they're gonna wait for another album and name it that. But I got music for days, and what they do is they just come in here and they just grab a bunch of songs and they just put a title on it, like, yo, this Carter 7, so Carter 7 coming soon.
So we got the Carter 6.
Hopefully he can redeem himself. I actually reviewed the album when it dropped. I didn't think it was as bad as what people were saying it was, but I felt like it obviously wasn't his best work. But I feel like, again, a lot of these same people, like the way they treated the Wayne album and how disrespectful they were, a lot of these same voices, they were hoping to do this exact same thing with Drake, because Wayne is, Drake is a byproduct of Wayne. And it's like similar stylistically in a lot of ways, right? Obviously, he came up under Young Money, but like they were actually using Wayne as an example of, see, this type of hip hop's being fizzled out. Look what happened with Wayne's album. That's proof that watch the party die. That's what Kendrick said. Nah. You guys are idiots. The boy is dominating the charts. He's dominating the culture. You can't go anywhere. Even in the Bay right now, bro. Look, we gotta play it, chat. This is the number one record out in the Bay right now. It's too hard for the radio. And all the legends from the Bay are saying, we love Drake. We love Drake. We love that he pays homage. Mac Dre's mom. I was really hoping that this would be the number one record, because that would have been funny. But at the same time, I feel like Janice is such a loaded record. And one thing I was told was that there's a lot of Jay-Z disses on this album that people haven't even quite caught yet. I think he's dissing Hov on here a lot. So I think this, the Janice record going number one is something that he probably wanted and expected. But I feel like it's a very layered record that a lot of people like us are not going to get. But the people he's talking about will.
Yeah. Hey.
I just got to do little pauses in between, so the stream don't go down.
Hey, well, yeah, hey, all right. Look, listen up, it's about to be smoke. Ain't nothing but some shit I wrote about a rich ass nigga that's deep in the game. They call me.
Didn't Kendrick wear this, like, what do they call this? Like the Canadian tuxedo, right? That's what it is, right? Canadian tuxedo. Yeah. This is a Canadian tuxedo, right? Kendrick. Here he is. I don't know if anyone caught that. I just kind of thought about that here because he's wearing just that. It's funny because, yeah, he's wearing a Canadian tuxedo over like a Bay Area slap. That's interesting.
Me Drizzy Drake and I'm keeping a name. I sport Nike shoes. I got a mic to use to talk bad about you pussies. I don't like you fools. Got an Oakland show tonight, baby. My young boys front a yacht going crazy. I'm on a bridge with a tank unleaded. I pull up early to that bitch. That bitch was yanking already. I said yang.
That owl's crazy too. Do you guys see this? The Alex Moss one. This new blue owl. The new blue owl that he's got. Looks so crazy, bro.
And I really got rank. You see the backpack to the front, you getting spanked. I really blow hams for the fun of it. New owl, blue diamonds on the front of it. Shot my little cousin, missing having none of it.
He's trolling so hard with this though, like too. Like people, obviously he respects the Bay, and he's not just doing it for that, but he is trolling Kendrick with this record, 100%, 100%.
Trying to campaign, yeah, Drizzy Bay running shit, raw, living large, yeah. And I put it on Cedars and a Boulevard. When I lost Big Naughty, I took it hard. Need to call up a star for some chrome heart. View my new girl, great.
Did anyone else notice the Canadian tuxedo, or is that just me catching that? You say, damn, Crody, you're so clever. I mean, like, I don't know if I just caught that then or if anyone else noticed it, but like, Kendrick did wear the Canadian tuxedo at the Grammys right when he cleaned up, and everyone pointed that out and laughed at Drake for it. But now Drake's wearing the Canadian tuxedo up in the CN Tower, putting together a Bay Area slap that's the number one record in the Bay right now. That's interesting.
Gotta look the part. Hey, it's Mr. Make a Pipe down, there you go. Yeah, it's Mr. Pop Star, that's the way it go. Now I'm too hard for the fucking radio. Too hard for the fucking radio. Yeah, too hard for the fucking...
But chat, do you think I'm right about that? Do you think I'm right about that? Do you think that's a good catch or what? With the Canadian tuxedo? I think that is a pretty good catch. I don't know for sure, but you know.
Radio. Too hard for the fucking radio. Hey, what? Yeah, what? I'ma show you what to do, little nigga. Hey.
I'm gonna show you what to do, man. Like, it's crazy.
I'ma show you what to do, little boy. Hey, I'ma show you what. Hey, first off, I make real time smacks. Boy, you know the model gotta push it to the mat. Back when they was asking about where Davidson was at, now everybody got a blue 30 on their bag. Must have heard about us, gotta catch up to the slaps. Yeah, once it's me and YG rap. Fags, nah.
I will tell you one thing too, chat. Mustard and Kendrick comes up in the Whisper My Name video. I'll tell you how. So I went over this video a few times with you guys, but basically this is where the battle gets cooked before it even happens, right? The bots, the manipulation, all that stuff, right? So they're preparing things like, you see the guy at the computer, Kojo, who's the main guy in Drake's lawsuit that set up the bots, right? I believe this will be him here because he's building them, right? So building them, he's metaphorically setting them up, right? He's one of the Pinocchios. Then you see this guy. This guy is not, he doesn't have a Pinocchio mask on. He's not one of the Pinocchios. He's doing what he did. He's doing what he's done for so many artists before. He's just a outside source that runs the bots. He's the plug for Kojo, right? This guy loads the gun. He loads the gun up, and he ends up giving the gun to these two. And what you see here actually is you'll notice the only thing about this, I'll play it for you. You guys tell me what points out in that scene.
Yo, hey.
So the main focal point of this scene is actually this. Oh, my head is in the way. Hold up, chat. My head is in the way. Let me move my camera over because you guys won't be able to see what I'm talking about. So you see right here, the main thing that stands out is this mustard glove, right? It's mustard colored. And if you look, and then this Pinocchio has a really small light on him, right? This Pinocchio here. And what I think this is showing you is this is not like us, more or less. This is Mustard and Kendrick, right? And I think the reason why they got Mustard driving is because, like, a lot of people say that about the record, right? They say, like, the beat is what carried Not Like Us. Like, production drove that record, right? So I think that's why they got Mustard driving. Another reason why is because, like, if you look, and then as far as, like, the little light on Kendrick, I think it's more or less him saying, like, this is like the first shine. Like, now you're finally getting your shine. The spotlight is finally on you, right? You're going to get your little moment off this. But what it always shows you, it always comes back to the bag in the back. The bag is the center of attention, and it being with them in the vehicle is showing just how important the bag is, because the bag represents them locking Drake into the label and into his contract and keeping him and keeping his music. That's the bag. That's the whole reason behind the battle and all the bullshit in the first place, is trying to devalue Drake and knock him down several pegs so they can keep him. So this bag amongst the Pinocchios, especially Kendrick, is really showing just how big of a puppet he is and how insignificant he is in the grand scheme of things, because it was never about him. It was about this bag. It was about this bag. But the one thing I did notice about all the Pinocchios, he's the only one with a mustard glove. Could it be a reach? Possibly. But I do think this light being on and a lot of stuff that they do is deliberate. They put these clues in there, these visual clues for you to look into. And I think they did an amazing job with it. And this is the video I'm working on now, and I'm excited to get it out, but I'm stuck on a part right now. You say extra analyzing? No, it's not extra analyzing, because they do things like this, like with each Pinocchio. Like, for example, this Pinocchio here has a very unique smile, right? He's the only one that has a smile like this. And if you look, I had to bring this into Photoshop to see it, but he actually has 4 blue teeth, 4 diamond teeth. You could kind of see them here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And those 4 blue teeth are really important because it links to another part of the story. Another clue, another visual clue that they give you with the Pinocchio is obviously this one has a Virginia hat for a reason, right? It's a clue. That one has 4 blue teeth for a reason. It's a clue. This one has a yellow glove for a reason. It's a clue. None of the other ones have yellow gloves, right? This one has a light on. So all those things are clues. All those things are clues. Let me see a couple super chats here just to catch up. Thank you, One Shot Johnny, for the sub. Captain Caleb, these posts gonna be satire. Which ones are you talking about? Thank you for the 2. Indian Warrior with a 6. Are you gonna do the zine breakdown on Iceman episode 4 in one video or 2? Keep up the good work. Your content is worth the wait. Iceman season. I'm doing a separate video for the zine. Cause like now that the visuals are out, the zine makes so much of the zine makes more sense now. Way more sense, right? Nice class with 8 months of membership. Thank you for the loyalty. Yo, Derb, mod Candace M. She got mad experience. Too many K-bots in the chat today. We need to put them on ice. Look, I'm cool with the Kendrick fans being in the chat. Like, I don't like banning people for the artists that they like. But unless they're being like crazy disrespectful, they're fine to coexist in the chat. I don't mind that. But yeah, I wouldn't call it overanalyzing because all these things are clues. Like, one thing I'll show you is those 4 blue teeth in that Pinocchio is actually a link to the woman. Right? You see this necklace right here? It's got 4 blue diamonds in it. So this necklace ties, it's a visual cue to tie one of the Pinocchios to that woman that's with Drake. It's the only thing that has the 4 blue teeth, 4 blue diamonds, right? Also, you got to remember in episode 3, this is one of the things that, you know, there's in episode 3, he featured, first off, he features this statue a lot, and it's in Italy. It's called the Mother Abu, and it's basically like, it's based on a story, this statue, about like a powerful woman pulling the strings behind the scenes, right? So he's had a lot of imagery like that, but nothing more crazier than this one here, where the woman gives Drake a piece of information. He goes into the room. He changes into a similar outfit to what we see him have at the funeral in Whisper My Name. So he grabs the note, he leaves. The interesting thing about it is she winds up the Pinocchio snow globe, right? So she's playing a woman. She's a symbol for one of the women playing the Pinocchios, or at least one of them, because you could watch her. She winds it up, right? That's what she's doing. She's winding it up. So a woman is playing one of the executives. A woman is tied to Drake having information about the lawsuit or about what happened in the battle or something. You'll also notice she's got a glass of wine here. She's drinking the red wine. She's got the white outfit on, same thing. And if you look at Janice, I think it's like the character really carrying on. Obviously, it's a different woman, but it's not really the woman. It's more of a symbol of what she represents, right? So if you see at the end, she's actually drinking wine, and she takes her glass, and then there's four glasses left. So she's waiting. She's either waiting for the Pinocchios to show up, or they're already dead. And these are parts I'm trying to figure out, because the part I'm stuck on is is she on Drake's side, or does she turn on Drake? That's the part I don't know, because you kind of see she doesn't look happy in the house. She doesn't look happy with Drake. She looks like she's guilty. And even like here too, it's interesting. You got to pay attention to the colors, because she gets in the tanning bed, which is blue. Like blue, I think maybe blue signifies she's on Drake's side, but then it turns. She turns, right? And like even at the end, when she leaves, it shows it again. You see this light right here turns red as she's walking. So that's kind of what I'm stuck on right now. I'm trying to figure out, okay, is this her setting them up? Or is this her setting Drake up? And like, obviously, those are two different outcomes. Those are completely two different things. Like, so I got to pick one. It's interesting, too, because when she's at the funeral with them, she's wearing all black at that point. It's the only time where she wears all black. And Drake is wearing all white. Right here. And like, just watch.
This ain't fixable smoke.
So they're at the funeral here. She's with him. But when he gets in the car with her, he kind of looks at her and she don't look at him. And he looks at her kind of in a suspicious way. Like, I know you're betraying me or something. You just let me know what you think.
These boys dress up and think that they somebody. Shit is like Comic-Con.
You know what I mean? So, like, I got to pick one or the other. You say you don't have to pick one. You can't know for sure. That's what my girl told me, too. I heard what you said, little bro, about me. You say it's madness? Come on, Dirt. Drop. Enough lives without the official content. My bad. No, you're right. Let me see. 5 from Ron. Thank you, bro. If Road Trip got radio play, I think it would go mad. It would rock all 2026, no doubt. 2 from Jeremy. More never proven conspiracy theories. Hey, man, we'll have to see. Drake seems pretty confident. I mean, did you guys not see what UMG's been doing with Drake's music? Like, I don't know if you guys noticed if you tried to share his music on IG. Like, if you try to put it to your story, you got to literally type in the full fucking song. Like, you got to type in, if you want to find Janet, like, I'll do it right now. If you want to find Janice, shut the fuck, here, I'll just take a random picture. And let me look up music. Janice. Oh, it actually worked that time. Maybe they fixed it. At a particular point, you had to type in Drake, Janice, STFU before it would even pop up. Maybe it was because it was new, though. I don't know. 10 from JR. Don't forget the nasty scene of Dr. Dre and Lucian high-fiving at the Grammys. Check it out again, please. I mean, we went over that in the stream already, because what's crazy about that is Dr. Dre, wife, gone, night of wedding. Right here it goes. During their divorce, Dr. Dre's ex-wife, Nicole Young, alleged he held a gun to her head twice during their marriage, specifically 2000 to 2001. The allegations were not... Wait. She alleged he did it the night of their wedding. The night of the wedding. The night before... the wedding. Dr. Dre, gone, wife. Where is it? He held a gun to her head. I read somewhere that she claimed that it was the night before their wedding. Yeah. Metaphor just before their... Yeah, it goes... Nicole goes into detail about the prenup she signed using the gun to the head metaphor just before their wedding. Dr. Dre's wife, Nicole, justifies $2 million a month, bro. No one deserves $2 million a month. I'm sorry. But whatever, like, I guess that's just the way it is. But like, who needs $2 million a month to live? I guess her lifestyle is like she's with this billionaire, so I guess it kind of makes sense, but yeah. But in the zine, yeah, they do come up. They do come up, right? And like all these things are fitting now. Like you look at the ICEMAN May 15th, that is tied to Michael Jackson protesting with the exact same, not font, but the same colors. Michael used red and blue to protest against Sony. We see things like this. Obviously, the woman in the video got massive cannons on her. So that could be it. 2026 will be my year. I don't think he was wrong. He just beat Michael Jackson's record. And in a way, he's almost rewriting what happened in 2024. And I think he's going to continue to do that. I don't think he's done. Like, I think he's clearing his name further than this, right? This one, I'm not sure where this might be from for the project. The blue car with Dennis, we did see, so that would probably be a reference to this, right? That would be a reference to Janice STFU, where
It's been so long since
where he's next to the blue car, right? Right at the end. Where is it? So you see, like, here's his dad, here's the blue whip, right? So that's a tie back for sure to this. This is Dennis next to a car the same color, actually. It looks to be really, really close. Ice News, we saw that in the Make Them Pay video. We saw that.
I just wanna be
Right there. We saw that there. A lot of these are making sense now, right? Despite the casualties, seems to be part of the game. Sexy Red, we saw her on, was it Maid of Honor, right? This blue Pinocchio, too, was what we saw. This little symbol here was what we saw on, what record was it? It was, what record was that, chat? It was the one, Bees on the Table. Bees on the Table. Bees on the Table. If you look, I like this record too a lot. If you look, you could see she had that on the back of her.
right after your game. I come to your show and get back on the plane. This contract talk is
Bees on the table.
I don't wanna talk about ends.
See, there it is.
I don't wanna talk about
That target right there. I hope my camera's not in the way, but you could see that camera right. The Pinocchio target is on the back of her head.
friends. I don't wanna talk about how this
And that was also referenced in the zine, right? So that's there. What else we got? Frozen Strip Club. Yeah, there's strip clubs in the there's strip clubs in the episode 4. I'm trying to think of the track now. But yeah, there's definitely the one where they got the Kendrick lookalike, the dancing dude, right? I also felt like this is a representation of what Drake kind of did by just not putting out hits and not helping with features. Like, he kind of froze the club a bit. Like, even The Game was mentioning in an interview, you know, he was saying, yo, like, the club is boring now without no new hits, man. Like, there's no new Drake. So I feel like this is kind of a representation of that, and him bringing that alive, you know, bringing some warmth back into it. This I never figured out. There's 114 mil. There's a 1.2 million here. 1.2 million. I don't know what he used it for, why it's there, but yeah. So I don't know if one of these owls is one of the ones that Ack had. I could definitely ask him, because we did see that he gave an owl to academics, right? So I'm wondering if one of these things in the zine was something that Ack got. Okay, so maybe that was something. My guy Friday just gave me something here, so I'm gonna 1 second here. I don't want to expose. Let me see. Friday. Okay, so my guy Friday's defending me.
Santano, motherfucker that had a noose around his neck, saying the hard R, and mocking and laughing about Trayvon Martin.
Talk about it.
Who was brutally unalived. Then you had the Drake stands back in What's the Dirt, Matthew, who said stereotypical tone deaf things like calling black men Carlton, counting niggas, and calling Kendrick Lamar a milkman.
Because I'm white, because I'm white, because I'm white, because...
Oh, you see the false equivalency? Oh, man. This is what I don't like. Niggas that just get on their rant and try to just keep going and think that they can slip disingenuous takes past us. Okay? Matt counted 37 niggas is not being racist. That was just dumb. Okay? The milkman thing, that's just true. The nigga Kendrick likes white bitches, bro. Accept it. His girl is half. She's not full black, fam. Okay? So when he did choose up, he went for the lightest and the brightest of bitches. Okay? Accept it. Your goat is a milkman. It doesn't make Matt racist for pointing out the truth. The nigga talked about being in Copenhagen and he smashed the white girls for the ancestors. Nigga, you like white girls. Accept it.
Shout out to Friday, bro.
But Matt's racist for pointing it out. This goofy here, where am there? This goofy here put a whole freaking noose on his neck. You said he used a hard ER. He dissed Trayvon Martin. They're not the same, brother.
Laughing about Trayvon Martin, a child who was brutally unalived. Then you had the Drake stands back in What's the Dirt, Matthew, who said stereotypical tone deaf things like calling black men Carlton, counting niggas, and calling Kendrick Lamar a milkman.
Because I'm white, 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 because I'm white.
Now, if I had to choose who was more racist, I mean, it's obvious. I shouldn't even have to put that out there. What the fuck does that even mean? They are both from the same umbrella. One is
racist, one is not. Okay? And don't get it. Am I wrong? If you're tone deaf about something, does it make you racist or just, I didn't know? I didn't know that was the thing.
That's what happened with me,
that
pretty
doesn't
much.
make you racist, fam. Wagwan, bro. This is stupid.
It's just a little bit worse, and it's crazy that the stand base, I would think, that would shun him out the same way they shun out Ye for his bigotry. And that's where my bias comes in again. Ye is a black man.
Thank you, nice glass. Right? Counting N-words was not dumb. It was the first song Drake dropped after Dot said, "We don't want to hear you say ninja no more." Everyone was wondering if Drake is going to use it and how many times. So, listen, for a white guy to be doing it, oh my God, listen, if it was top 5 Troy, no, I ain't even going to use top 5 Troy because you guys don't respect Troy like that, as you should, right? You should be respecting that nigga way more. But I'll use somebody you respect. If it was DJ Head that came up with that theory, oh, did you hear that song Family Matters? Or I think he said...
I see you in the chat, Nice Glass 3551. Thanks for defending me, bro. I appreciate that. That is really the only reason why I counted it, because one, I've been such a crazy fan of Drake for so long that, and also I was deep into the battles. So when I heard Kendrick say, "We don't want to hear you say the N-word no more," and then I hear Drake right off rip, he gets his mom asks him like, "Hey, maybe you shouldn't," and he just goes into it and he does it like repeatedly, and I'm analyzing these tracks like and looking for deeper meanings and shit, and I'm like, damn, like Drake really turned up on this. Like he's I know his music. He's saying the N-word a lot. Like I wonder how many times, and then it turned out to be the number of his birthday, and I was like, oh. Well, yeah, Drake is, like, so in hindsight, maybe it was a really stupid take, but that doesn't make me racist, though. I didn't do that because I'm racist or anything. Like, that's just something that's just one of the things that they picked because my breakdown was in favor of Drake, so they needed to find some things to discredit me and discredit the takes. And obviously I'm white and I'm from Canada, so the battle became political. And I was a lightning rod for criticism, and people were looking for things like this to kill me over. That's just what it was.
37 times, y'all would have been like, oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, OG. Okay. Break it down. Let it be broke.
Shout out to Friday, man.
And nobody would be saying shit. But because it came out of What's the Dirt's white face, oh, that's what we doing? Were you saying nigga? Were you saying nigga when you were counting it too? Like, y'all are just this.
Bro, the crazy part about it is too, like the place that I grew up in Canada, and I can't speak for every place, but like the N-word wasn't even something like I heard being said at all. Like not just like in my family, like immediate family or family in general, but even like friends I grew up with. It just wasn't a word that we heard growing up. Like it just wasn't part of our culture, at least where I'm from. So I don't know anybody who had these ideas. And when I hear someone like Fantano say it like repeatedly, and like obviously that word has been in his vocabulary. Maybe he grew up hearing it. Maybe his parents said it. But I'm being 100% honest. It's not something that we grew up saying, you know?
It's ingenuous, fam.
At the end of the day, whether you feel like he's lost or not, way before I vouch, protect, and try to understand a translucent, what the fuck is going on? I'm so mad right now. I'm pissed. Critique him, drag him, say he's wrong, say he's embarrassed.
I don't know if it has anything else about
identity. He's Black American. Everybody else gets.
Okay. So salute to Friday for having my back. I'm going to have to quote this. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you. Friday's my guy, man. And the thing is with Friday, that's why I was so happy to bring him in on the episode 4 and the night of the album and stuff, because he was someone that really had my back, who's, he's kind of close with some of those guys, or at least he was. So I appreciate that. Let's see. We got a couple super chats. They really fraud me over that. Like, I mean, that's something that still follows me to this day, is the 37 thing, right? But it is what it is. It doesn't offend me. Like, it's just, maybe it was a bad take. Let me see. Don't forget the scene. Okay, sorry. 2 from Multi-M. Thank you, bro. In NT Vid, the place Drake is in has deep XO ties. Interesting. 5 with Reggie Weber. Super stretch, but what if he's doing the same thing with Beep Beep Baby as he did with Kiki Do You Love Me, but B being Beyonce? Look, I've been hearing a lot of people say that Janet Shut the Fuck Up is about Beyonce. And people saying that the woman in the video is a representation of Beyonce. And I talked to someone who, he might know the truth. He said he heard that this was about Beyonce. And people are like linking her outfit here to her. Another thing that you got to notice too is at a particular point, she's in the whip, and the paparazzi are taking crazy pictures of her, right? Like right here. You could see like so is it someone famous? And this is what I've been trying to think. Is the woman someone famous, or is it just someone leaving Drake's crib where paparazzi might be outside, taking pictures to see who he's dating or who he's fucking or whatever? Because that does happen. One thing I did notice is if you look, fuck, I gotta catch it at a flash. That is me. Let me pause it so I don't drive you guys crazy. But I know which vehicle she's in, because it's Drake's Chrome Hearts Cullinan. You could see the seats got those Chrome Hearts. I don't know if I'll be able to get it here, but I established that the seats are the Chrome Hearts. So she's in his whip at a minimum. but they're definitely taking photos of her, and you could even see the paparazzi outside taking pictures. Right? So is she someone famous? Or is she just a woman that's dating Drake? I still don't. I'm having a lot of problems with this. And it's like, honestly, I've been spinning my tires. But here, you could see it here, chat. See the crosses? If you look up Drake's, I think it's a Cullinan, right? Drake, Chrome, Hearts, Rolls Royce. The thing is crazy. Thing is absolutely nuts. See the crosses? So that's what they shot this part in. You could use the exact same seats, right? They're pretty unique seats. It's a one-on-one. No one else has a vehicle like this on the planet. So you might not be stretching, bro, because I've heard a few people say that it could very well be Beyonce. I heard a rumor for why it could be Beyonce, and I guess I'll share it with you guys because I'm probably not going to put it in the video. So if you look at the video, the woman is wearing an ankle monitor, right? And allegedly, Jay-Z is very controlling, is what I've been told. He's very controlling, and she can't really do anything. He controls her every move. So if you look, and then the last thing I was told was that she drinks a lot and that she has high anxiety and that she's a big-time drinker. I don't want to validate that because I can't, but they're saying that's why she has 5 glasses. Now, to me, I'm going the other way with it, but you could see she got an ankle monitor on, right? And it's iced out. So, like, she's kind of a prisoner. If you look at it that way, it's like she's a prisoner in her own environment. This luxury environment. And she doesn't look happy. But she looks guilty. She looks guilty about something. But then when I look at it, I'm like, okay, if this is Beyonce, why is she... If this is meant to be Beyonce, why is she with Drake? And why... There's a gun here. And clearly she's a married woman because you could see the... You could see the wedding ring right here, or the engagement ring, right? It's huge. That's a ring right there. Got these two blue diamond earrings, and then there's the ankle monitor, right? So I'm having a lot of problems with this. The one thing I did find out though too is about these speakers right here. They're like crazy expensive. I can't remember the brand of them, but the company who makes these speakers is independent, completely independent, and companies have tried to buy them out, but they've stayed independent. So like it's interesting when you think about it in the context of these speakers put out such high quality sound independently. You know, it could be a reach, but even there's other little subtle things too. Like he's got one nail painted with the blue. And her nail polish is the exact same color. It's really, really weird. Even there's another part here, like you could see, it looks like she's got a diamond. You see that right there? It looks like maybe a diamond on her cheek, which Drake had two during the funeral. There's a lot of things that's just very, very... And then at the end, she rips off the necklace right here. She rips it off, which the colors matter too. And then this yellow one, when she's walking, turns to red, and she doesn't have the ankle bracelet on out here. So it's like she's leaving. Like I guess her tearing this off is like her tearing off that necklace could be her like kind of metaphorically ripping off the ankle bracelet. Because she doesn't have it on here. I don't know, man. I'm really stuck with this. It's very, very difficult. It's the hardest breakdown I've ever had to do. I want to try and get it right, you know, or I want to do it so it makes sense. Let me see here. Is that a Hangman on 3 Zine 2026 t-shirt? I saw some people mention that, Ron W. I'm not 100% sure, but I definitely saw a few people mention that. 10 from Alexandra. Thank you. What if the woman was close to Lucian, which explains the betrayal, the executive role handling the Pinocchios, and ability to give Drake inside info, helping expose UMG and their scheme? Well, that's the thing, right? Like, where when you listen to Janice, he's talking about a woman like Emiliana. I don't know who that is, but he's talking about getting a call from her.
It's been so long since you texted me.
Or from texting him, right?
Finally took a break and now I feel like I'm on ecstasy.
And then she's telling him like, this is gonna be the death of you type of thing.
That what my work means to me will one day be the death of me.
They tried to bury me.
Tried to kill me once, but darling, you just resurrected me.
Like, they tried to kill me, but you resurrected me. You texted me. You told me that they're trying to, you know, like, to me, that's definitely part of it, right?
Reach me, baby. Call my phone and say you need me, baby.
Teach me. Phone my call my phone. You know, like, there's been such a big theme with Drake around phones too. Recordings, like Nokia is obviously phones. Again, there's been so much references to it. And even like when he says whisper my name, like whisper my name could be like, if you're being recorded and you're being loud and you're talking reckless, and he got someone saying like, we're going to do this to Drake, or like, you know, you should have whispered my name. You should have been a little bit more quiet about what you were doing. So I think of all those things, but it got to make sense too, right? It got to make sense. But he's not doing all this cryptic shit for no reason. There will be a payoff, I feel. 5 from Daryl Turner. I think the light skin guy and the mask guy in the Make Them Pay videos are Pharrell and the Clips. Yeah, like that's another video that I really, first, I think it's probably my favorite video of all of them. I don't know who animated this, but they fucking killed it. This is also some of Drake's best rapping, easily.
Yeah.
You were saying the mask. Which one were you saying? The mask guy and the Make Them Pay? You thought it might be Pharrell? This guy right here? Yeah, I don't know who these two guys are. I definitely think like the ghost could be a representation of Meek Mill too, right? Like they tried to kill him with the ghostwriting shit. He's right here. He tries to lunge at Drake, but it doesn't work.
Arenas. I remember lobster ravioli up.
He comes to get him.
I was in a dream hotel before I was in a loop.
He could drink the ghost. He could drink it too. Like he maybe this could be like it got the ghost face on it, but he picks the Iceman drink instead.
Like a carabiner, yeah. And shot to
See?
all the sweet things from Wilhelmina who tell me at the white party.
So the ghost, this is how the ghost dies. He just slams into he kind of kills himself, right? But I definitely don't know who these guys are. This guy dies just by drinking the Kool-Aid, I guess you could call it. He kind of drinks the poison, and then he gets really sick. This guy dies by just trying to shoot Drake, and the bullet fires backwards. And bullets to fire backwards.
I realize it's gotta get a little.
Basically, by like all these people are dying on their own accord.
Deeper.
You know, but like so I don't know who these two guys are. I haven't really got a chance to think about it, but I definitely think this guy's Kendrick for sure, because there's the part of the battle like knowing what happened with first person shooter. Like J. Cole was never supposed to be on it. Kendrick was telling Drake that he wanted Drake on his next album. He was telling Drake, yeah, I want you on my next album. You're gonna be on it, and like they were talking, right? So Kendrick was supposed to be on first person shooter. Like things were going back and forth and everything. Like he said he would do it. That's the main thing that people either don't know or is not out there, is that Kendrick told him he would do it. He agreed to it. And then all of a sudden the dude switched. So to me, this is a look, an offering of friendship, an offering of peace, to kind of lure Drake in. But then you see that the heart turns into, it gets spikes on it.
You crip walking, all of that diss talking, kiddo beat it.
And he's talking about Crip Walk and Kiddo Beat It. Like, so yeah, this is definitely a representation of Kendrick. He tried to weaponize the friendship, or use the friendship as or the peace offering as a weapon.
I'm supposed to be my brother's keeper, so don't make us hit
And he tries to swing it.
Another buzzer beater. And don't be
And then it ends up striking him in the face, right?
suddenly eager to hit me up and have
And then he dies.
no discussions either.
And he's got ice cubes floating around, is it?
Now
Ice cubes floating around.
you gotta plan a meeting with me just like the Russian leader and shake my.
So now, like, so yeah, I definitely think, does Kendrick have anything references to Bones? Because he's got the Bones on his belt like that. Obviously, the blue sneakers could be a bit of a sign, but is there anything to do with Bones and Kendrick? Kendrick Lamar Bones. Has he ever used Bones for an outfit? Has never worn an outfit made of actual animal or human bones. Well, obviously he didn't wear an outfit with human bones. He's famously known for wearing a highly notable symbolic piece of bones. A diamond-encrusted crown thorns. Yeah, that's not relevant, though. That's not relevant. Does he have a song called Bones? Body for Body does not have a song. However, I don't have a hating bone in my body. Oh, yeah. Truthfully, I don't have a hating bone in my body on Meet the Grams. That could be a reach, though. That could be a reach, right? Bones is a popular artist name. Like, I always try to look at stuff like that because it could be a link. It's also it's a heart on a chain, too, that he has. A heart on a chain. And then this one here, to me, is clearly the executives like that want him to sign. Like, this is the trap that so many artists go through. And really, some of these things could be metaphors for things like that, because even this guy who drinks, he seems to fall victim to the drugs. He gets addicted. This could be, a symbol for addiction. And what happens to a lot of rappers, they lose themselves to shit like this.
And I face the way they paint me, but it hurts just like the Philly.
Right? Drake, that didn't happen to Drake. So that, that's also maybe something else he could have lost himself to that didn't happen. But when it comes to the executive,
Fuck the chatter. Since 2009, as I climb the ladder,
he opens up like, here's the money, like, take the money, like, you're gonna be rich, like, sign.
Envy me like Nevada, but it never mattered.
And he's got red eyes too, right? And like, this is definitely an executive, but him just doing this becomes his downfall.
My niggas run the phone soon as you check into prison. Your niggas run and talk the whole.
So the whole thing catches on fire, right?
For a second opinion, me I stood.
And this could be very symbolic of the negotiation that went down, where they wanted to trap Drake. Maybe they offered him more, but I don't think they offered him. I don't think they're willing to give him what he wanted. And like, even when I look at episode 3 now, I look at it so much differently with just everything that's going on and the idea that Drake might be going independent or starting his own thing. We don't really know what he's doing yet. But like, remember in this episode, he goes to the negotiation, he changes outfits, right, for this negotiation. This guy's telling him, give me the bag, like, and I think this, like, I always felt like this was a representation of Drake not being willing, like he asked for something that they weren't willing to give him. And he knew at that point that some bullshit was going to go down. And I think he wanted his music. He either wanted his music or he wanted a number that they weren't willing to give him. But I do think something happened with this negotiation, and he was probably tipped off that, look, they're going to fucking try and fuck you over big time, bro. Be careful. Be careful. So what happens here at the beginning, you see this guy's up at the top. This guy at the top, I always thought he was like another Pinocchio that was kind of feeding Drake info, like telling him what was going to happen. But the more I look at it a little bit different now, and I'll explain. So we'll watch Drake pop out now. Oh, wait. This first part here. So Drake goes out first. Drake's up there with the owners. I'll be in the box where the owners do. Like, you know? Here he is. And now this guy. They made a lot of mistakes in this one, though. You could hear, like, the crew in the background and shit. Like, they definitely made a lot of mistakes. But they pulled it off still. So this guy, look, Drake looks up at him. And he gestures to Drake. See? The thing about this guy up here, like Drake, they know each other. They know each other, right? He's looking up at him. He makes a gesture. They know each other. And if you look at as it fills up with people, he's the only guy that's wearing all black. So at first I thought it was someone telling Drake what they were going to do. But this guy could actually represent an outside force or like a private equity billionaire or something that Drake lined up beforehand that would allow him to do what he's doing, which could be getting his music back. We don't know. But maybe this guy could be that. It could be that too, right? It could be someone up top that's very powerful who has the ability to help Drake get out of his situation, you know? And then when the Pinocchio comes, he leaves. He leaves, right? Daryl Turner, I think the light skin mask. Okay, I just read that one. 10 from Discord. Champagne poetry from CLB aged like fine wine, and prove Drake can write deep stuff. It feels like a precursor to the Make Them tracks in the arrangement and content, but people weren't listening. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of people, like I told you, man, like I was looking at this one the other day. Like this was Bootleg Kev. I think it was on Keep Six Solid. And these guys are like, they're backtracking on a lot of the things that they said, right? So where is it? Where is it? Where did I see this? Rolling Lab. 1 second, chat. This ain't it. Where the fuck is it? Okay, right here. So all the haters are switching up, and it's nasty. So if you look right here, Bootleg Kev, the album wasn't out 1 hour when he wrote this. It wasn't even like, you know, the video was probably episode 2 or just the album itself. I think it was out an hour, and he put, the professional victim shit is tired. We get it. And this was a narrative that a lot of these guys tried to plant, that they were hoping, and trust me when I say, if this caught on, these guys would still be rolling with it. But it didn't, because the people decided, and the music's outside. It's number one. Drake put out an amazing project. The general consensus is Drake put out some dope music. So now they can't fall back on this. So now they change. And to me, I think it's very disingenuous. I think it's a sign of people moving with the whatever's the popular thing to say. And I feel like they all do that. A lot of them.
For one, the lyrical potency on this album is crazy. I feel like
Yeah, but like you could have made a tweet about that. Like it only took one listen. If you're like really, if you're really digesting hip hop music and you've been listening to it for as long as me, like or a lot of us, it didn't take 5 listens for Iceman to realize Drake was barring the fuck up. You could tell that off first listen, bro. A lot of them, yeah, you need to go back and catch, but like it should only take one listen to make them pay, or or any of those make thems, and say like, bro, this guy's rapping his ass off, like it's fucking crazy, right? It shouldn't take 10 listens to figure that out.
Drake is riding with a chip on his shoulder. He's pushed his pen to a level that I've never seen it.
Like, so you see the difference though, right? It goes from this is professional victim rap to like, oh, he's got a chip on his shoulder. Like, it's a good thing. Like you could say that him having a chip on his shoulder is what could be categorized as victim rap if you want it. If you want to position it that way, because that's what they did. They said like he needs to get past this. So you see how it changes, right?
Consistently throughout an entire body of work. I think lyrically this is the sharpest Drake's ever been. I think Make Them Pay. Shout out to Overcast who did that beat. Shout out to Oakland. Make Them Pay to me is like a top 10 Drake song of all time.
I agree. I wouldn't call it a top 10 Drake song of all time, but it's up there. It's an amazing record. But now you see the switch, right? And we saw the exact same thing with Elliott Wilson. And like I honestly don't respect these types of things because I feel like I could see through it. And I hope you guys can too. Because when these narratives don't work, like trust me when I say, if people were saying that Drake had no hits on this album and people weren't enjoying the music, you wouldn't have Elliott switching from the night the album dropped saying that there's not a single hit on it and that he just needs to give us one. And he said, Make Them Pay is the only good record on it, to now, literally one day ago, saying, I give him 13 now. Hip-hop album of the year. Got to put my personal feelings aside. Sending a rat emoji is nefarious action. So yeah, Drake sent him a rat emoji, but bro, you're supposed to be Elliott Wilson, the journalist, bro. Like that, it's in your name. It's in your name. You got it right here. GOAT of hip-hop journalism. I'm not a journalist, but as far as I know, you're supposed to put your personal. Are journalists supposed to be impartial? Journalists are generally expected to be impartial. Through the exact interpretation of this principle varies widely. The traditional ideal. So like basically what you learned in school, the textbooks you did, the exams that you passed, the diploma that you got to call you a journalist is the opposite of you doing what you're doing. It's the opposite. I don't call myself a journalist because I don't have a degree. But if you're going to call yourself the GOAT of hip-hop journalism, you shouldn't listen to an album one time and on the same night say that it has 0 hits. And now that the general public is disagreeing with that narrative and you can't use it or weaponize it, now you switch. That's so convenient to me. I don't respect it. I don't respect it. I hope people don't fall for it either, because I know these guys will be the first people kicking Drake's back in if they could, because they did it for 2 years and they loved every minute of it. I hope you guys agree with me. You say Heck just cooked Ack with receipts on Instagram. Well, we could look at that. I originally wondered. Wait now, let me see. I got some super chats that I kind of missed here. Okay. Thinking Brother with the 10. Thank you so much too, bro. Dirt, I have one question. Is there a chance that you get that corporate attorney Joe Black on a live one day to speak about the rumored private equity deal? That's actually not a bad idea. You know, I'm definitely open to bringing. I'll take a picture of this, bro, and add it to the ideas pile. I'm definitely open to having more people on the lives. You know, more guests and shit like that. T Chill with the 2. Drake in white angle, she is in black, his funeral. Yeah, so T Chill, I thought the same thing. I feel like I think what Drake is doing at that funeral is he's pretending, he's kind of going along with the fact that, okay, I'm dead. You got me. Not like Super Bowl, okay, I'm dead. But he knew the whole time some bullshit was going to happen, right? And he had a backup plan. So I think that's what that represents. I'm glad you caught that too. $2 from Reggie Weber. All her fits are Bay Fitch. Street scene equals lemonade. I don't know, man. Like, you could say, like, because look, you could look at that video, right? And yeah, Drake is wearing the fur. He's wearing, like, I don't know what it is, wolf or I don't know what type of fur he's wearing, but he's wearing the fur here, right?
Got big on my name.
So people say, oh, like, that's the lemonade cover for Beyonce. She's got the fur on, right? But, like, I look at that and it's like, okay, has Rihanna ever worn fur before? Like, you know what I mean? You could find examples of her wearing fur and like these different hats and these different outfits, like Jennifer Lopez. You know, like, so it's not like a big enough reference to me to the point where it's like a hard line where it's like, okay, that's definitely Drake is definitely Beyonce here because of the fur coat. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, so it's not enough. Like, people told me this is about Beyonce, but there's not enough to me to make a video and point towards it. There's not enough clues to do it to the point where it would make sense. $2 from T Chill. She could also just be baby mama, honestly. Possibly. $10 from Cody Keith. They say karma could take an eternity. Yours the same night dropping as me. Drake throwing shots at the fake daughter. Kenny said her name was Eternity. I know, man. These losers, bro. They're still harassing this little girl too, by the way. Drake daughter. That they still believe that this is the daughter. Some of these delusional people. Look.
After the beef and after the record Meet the Grams, a lot of people speculated if Drake having a daughter was true. There was a lot of back and forth. People had speculated that this woman that had worked for UMG, she had a daughter, and people assumed that daughter could have belonged to Drake's. This was all speculation and given a full statement, like as a fan or
Eternity Joy. Yeah, they tried to pin this. Like, I don't even know. People just found this girl. Like he said, he used the word eternity in Meet the Grams, and people started looking up anyone with the name Eternity. And then I feel like this little girl's mother just tried to market her daughter as like a child actress or whatever. And she basically used her daughter for clout. This is not Drake's daughter. Drake doesn't have a daughter, guys. But I do think you're right that he references eternity because Kendrick, he said you need to know that the love, what did Kendrick say? You need to know that love is eternity and trumps all pain. Like, that wouldn't even make sense as pertaining to the daughter there. Like the line that love is eternity. And I guess it could. I guess it could, actually. I guess it could. But yeah, so you said they say karma could take an eternity. Yours is the same night dropping as me. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. $2 in your shit. Their daughters' names use Blue Ivy. That's true. I thought about that too. Trust. 5 from Kyle Kruger. Thank you, bro. Dirt, I'm pretty sure Emiliana is an Latin for rival. I saw that. I don't know if that helps, but interesting with the rest of the lyrics. Yeah, I did see Emiliana meaning? Is a modern, elegant, feminine. Wait. In Latin, right? It means rival, like enemy. Yeah, it primary meanings are rival, industrious, striving, from the Latin root. Rival or eager. Often associated with striving with excellence, ambition, and healthy competition edge. Yeah, so I feel like he uses those things. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll be like, okay, Emiliana, is that a name that's been... Emiliana, is this name ever been used in pop culture? Like TV shows or movies? Because that sometimes if you find something like that, it could really help. But like, it's like, no. Emiliana were not fictional character. Popularity to roots. Grey's Anatomy. Like, yeah, so like, it just doesn't check out sometimes, right? 5 from Christian. I originally wondered if Janice was also at John Janik, Interscope CEO, going for Grange's job. Could be a reach, but... Well, I think he is going for Grange's job, but I think he's Drake's biggest op, too, with Interscope, right? I think that's where, like, a lot of what he alleged that happened in the battle, it happened over at Interscope. So John Janik is the guy who's in charge of that. You say, sorry, 1 second. Quilted Diamonds on IG. In Janice, he said quilt. I saw that. He does say quilt on there. He does say quilt in there. So if you look up Janice, shut the fuck up, lyrics, he does use the word quilt. Quilt. They trying to cover it up like a quilt. Did anyone put that on here? No one actually caught it on here. A direct shot at Kendrick Lamar and the narrative machine surrounding him. Kendrick's... That's definitely a reference to that Instagram page. I think you're right. $1.99. Heck just cooked act with receipts on Instagram. Let me see. Let me see what this guy's saying. Jeremy Hecht. Let's see. Oh, no, oh, here's another one.
DJ Snackademic says that he has $100,000 for me if I can prove that he was being paid by the head of Truth Social.
Jeremy, I got $100,000 for you if you provide that.
Let me read some receipts. November 14th, 2025. Chris Pavlovsky sent a payment to Livingston Allen for $8,804. And another one on December 23rd, 2025 for $1,234. That's almost $10K. Technically, that's only a tenth of what you would owe me. I won't put it on screen, but you can go double check the PayPal act. Now I know you want to act all confused and Google it.
Head of Truth. Listen, who's this person? It's ran by who?
But you know this man very well since he and others have been paying you for your Rumble deal since 2023, which is public information. And with these unstated transfers, who knows what else he was paying you to say. You can DM me for my Zelle info. Although since you said that you could basically be paid off by anyone, any politician, any party.
If a politician comes and says, Ack, I got $50,000 for you, put my banner as Republican 2028. Put it up top. It's up top. If the Democrats say, yo, Ack, we really need you. All we need is that banner up there that says Democrats for 2026. It's going to be up there.
He's just saying all he cares about is business. Like he doesn't, you know.
You don't have a moral line when it comes to being paid. It's all money to you. I don't know that I want your dirty money, so I may just donate it. But there's more. Speaking of wire transfers, I hear there's a real investigation going on in Australia into you and your boy George, otherwise known as the Asian man who says the N-word freely and unironically goes by a name associated with this group. But I guess you've never really had a problem interacting with wizards. But allegedly, stake and also the money you've been receiving from there may not be exactly what it seems. And there may be some illegal activity going on there. All allegedly. But once again, maybe that's for another video. If Drake took out the D-R-E, maybe he'd be in jail just based off the name that it spells. I know it's hard for you to take 10 minutes off of glazing, but when you react, let's put Drake aside. I like a lot of...
Yo, he had a bar there, I'm not gonna lie.
Lose Control just reached 2 billion
Wait,
streams
wait.
on Spotify, which is insane.
Wait. I didn't catch the end.
DJ Snack.
I don't want to watch it again. We'll have to see what Axe says. Like, what does he mean? Like, is this public information or
Academic says that he has $100,000
is this public info or is it just
for me. If I
should I call Ack and be like, what the fuck? Well, you know, Ack is gonna want to do this on his pod. He's not gonna want to. He'll want to do this on stream, right? So
can prove that he was being paid
how's he proving it though? Let me see. Like, we gotta Google this right now.
by the head of Truth Social.
Jeremy, I got $100,000 for you if you provide that.
Let me read some receipts. November 14th, 2025. Chris Pavlovsky.
The tech mogul behind Trump's Truth Social used to own porn domains.
Sent a payment to Livingston Allen for $8,804.
I think someone might be planting this info because, like, I don't think that Ack is lying about this. He's pretty transparent. He didn't show anything. He's just like someone. It's gonna be funny if he fed this to him. If someone fed this to him and he's doing all this, it's gonna be hilarious.
$4.
So, like, you didn't show any receipts though. He didn't show any repeats. Of course, you got this DJ head hacked.
And another one on December 23rd, 2025 for $1,234.
That's not a lot of money, but I don't know if he actually did it or not, right?
That's almost 10K. Technically, that's only a tenth of what you would owe me. I won't put it on screen, but you can go double check the PayPal act. Now, I know you want to act all confused and Google it.
Head of Truth. Listen, who's this person? It's ran by who?
But you know this man very well.
Before he helped run Truth Social, he owned porn domains. Now he's an ally with a political movement that wants to ban pornography.
Since he and others have been paying you for your Rumble deal since 2023, which is public information. And with these unstated transfers, who knows what else he was paying you to say. You can DM me for my Zelle info. Although since you said that you could basically be paid off by anyone, any politician, any party.
If a politician comes and says, Ack, I got 50,000 for you, put my band.
So I guess we're gonna have to see what, like, I mean, I could try and call Ack and see, like, what, like, bro, like, do you see this or what? Do you see this? Hold up. Let's call Ack and see. He might not answer, but I'm assuming he's gonna want to answer to this on stream himself. Yo, Ack, what's up? I'm on stream. Yo, are you seeing? You're probably gonna want to respond to this on your stream, but did you see, like, this video Jeremy Heck just put out?
Kids Takeover just hit me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you on stream right now?
No. I'm playing Fortnite.
Oh, okay, I got you. So what do you got? Some receipts on you or what? He doesn't show any proof or anything.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna embarrass him so bad. Like when I'm done embarrassing him, like, I'm gonna tell all them niggas, right? All the media niggas, I'm gonna start playing dirty with them because they're trying to play dirty, right?
Yeah.
But I can tell you what it is, bro. You know the nigga is trying to claim my Rumble streaming payment is bro. That's my Rumble streaming payment.
Yeah.
Like, he literally, bro, I'm going to put the PayPal screenshots because Chris Pavlovsky is the owner of Rumble.
Right.
He doesn't work at True Social.
He doesn't work
You know what I'm saying?
at all?
Bro, he paid me from, Rumble's a public company. It says streaming company. It says Rumble Canada. The dude's from Canada. Imagine thinking a guy from Canada. Imagine thinking a guy from Canada is a guy who's like this. Bro, he's from Canada.
Same as Drake.
You know what's crazy? This is what I'm saying. That's why I realized I got to start playing real nasty with these guys. I don't care if I got to find shit about their family. Because, put it like this. Dog, he's saying, yo, check the receipts. I was still like, yo, what is he talking about? I went to check, bro. It literally says Rumble Canada. It's a Rumble payment for either, like, you know, donations or whatever I got on stream. The niggas called it political payments.
Oh, it's actually from, like, your Rumble, like, what you would get as a streamer.
The payment is from Rumble Canada.
What an idiot.
The exact amounts. Rumble Canada.
What an idiot. So you went back and looked through the paper.
I got both of them screenshotted. When I get on stream, I'm flaming him.
So yo, how the fuck did he get this is the better question.
Bro, it's a public company.
Oh, so he could pull.
You know what's so funny? It says customer detail. I'm looking at it right now. Customer detail. Bro, it doesn't even say Chris Pavlovsky. That's the CEO. It says Rumble Canada Inc. So all they did, so this is what's going on.
Oh my
They've
God.
identified organizations they're calling right wing, and they're basically acting like any payments made to, like, you know, Kai got paid $8 million from them, right? Did Kai get paid by right wing? No, he got paid to stream.
Yeah. There's a lot of people.
Idiots.
They're idiots, bro.
Yes,
they're trying.
Streaming it's Rumble Canada, bro. Like, bro, I thought I was gonna go see some shit and be like, yo, Act, did you really, like, are you really off the henny that you took payment? 'Cause I'm mad open.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said on stream.
I looked at it, dog. Yo, you know what the note says in the transaction? Thank you for using Rumble.
Yeah, so it was like the exact same as YouTube paying me.
Yes,
like
it's YouTube paying
or
Kick
Kick.
paying you.
I get it from Kick. I get it from YouTube. I get it from Twitch.
X paying you, right? X issues payments. It's Meta paying, bro. It's literally, I'm telling you, literally, it says payment from Rumble Canada Inc. 2 payments.
Yeah. So basically, you have an account with Rumble and you're monetized.
Bro, I said this publicly. I had multi-million-dollar deal with him that was exclusive before. I still stream to him now. I stream to him. I'm gonna get on later. I'm gonna be on Rumble too.
So how is this Chris dude linked to?
No, he does. No, he does work with. He works with, like, you know, Dana or Trump or whatever. Like, bro, it's like saying that if you work with Dana, you work with Trump.
Yeah.
Bro, they all work together. Like, their political alignment got nothing to do with me if I'm not getting money for their political alignment or their agenda. I got money to pay. I got paid for streaming.
Yeah,
People donated.
They do this to me all the time because I have a sponsorship through Happy Dad, right? And like they're, you know, some of those guys are like Trump people. Like, I'm from Canada, bro. I got nothing to do with that at all. But they do the same thing to me, right? And they're doing it to Drake. They're like, I don't get this. I think his phone died, chat. I think his phone died. So I guess we're gonna have to wait now. So basically, he pulled some public info. Jeremy Cole, you said that Heck just cooked Ack with receipts on IG. First of all, he didn't even show the receipts, but he's gonna end up embarrassing himself, bro. Completely embarrass himself. See if he tries to call me back. I think. Let me just text him. I'll tell him it's all good. Maybe your phone died, but it's all good. We will wait for your stream. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. Look, if he wants info on this dude, this guy's like a rich, privileged little white boy from Winnipeg with a lawyer. His daddy is a lawyer. You know, he never had a single problem in his life. He's a spoiled brat. Like, these are the type of white dudes that I actually hate. I hate people like this. That's him. He's a privileged, rich, entitled white boy. That's what he is. Anyway, I'm looking forward to academics cooking him. And the thing that this guy does that I don't respect at all, he's the type of dude like DJ. He's done it to me. So anytime like someone white in hip hop finds themselves maybe in controversy for whatever reason, this guy's the first dude in line that's going to make a video about it to kick that dude's back in to make himself look better and say like, "Oh, look, I'm the good guy. I'm not like them." You know, he did it to me. He did it to Rory. He did it to Adam 22, and he's probably going to do it the next time it happens. And people will use it as an excuse and say, "No, that's good. He's supposed to call it out." No, he does it to prop himself up because he's a desperate, pandering, rich little white boy. That's what it is. And I've offered to fight this guy too, by the way. I've offered to fight this dude with one hand behind my back. Brand risk, wherever, street fight, don't matter. Just want to knock him out. That's it. He won't do it. He's too big of a pussy. He's too big of a pussy. $5 from Mystic. Oh, wait. 2 from Carl Kruger. Yeah, be us looked up a bit more. Look into Amelius. Okay, I will, bro. Mystic with the 5. Meanwhile, nobody finds it weird. K-bots are stalking some little girl online, watching everything she does and says. Bro, they're crashing out. They're crashing out bad. Their plan to paint Drake as MAGA didn't work. Their plan to say Drake was doing victim rap didn't work. Their plan to say Drake didn't have any hits on the album didn't work. People love the album. Drake is breaking records. Dot era's over. The boy's back. Hip hop's alive again. The charts finally got hip hop on it again, and it's all Drake. It is what it is. Look, here it is. The ICEMAN effect is real. This is YouTube posted this 1 hour ago. YouTube Music. These are the number 1. So, again, Janice is number 1. National Treasure number 2. That's good to see. Plot Twist number 3. Whisper My Name number 4. Burning Bridges number 5. This is the weekly top music videos in the United States for YouTube. So that's good. That's good. We like that. We love to hear it, right? We love to hear it and see it. I actually mentioned something a while back about how wrong these idiots were, and it was before the album came out. Where is it? Let me see if I could show you this. Where was it that I said that? Where is it? Is this it? No, I think it's a little bit more up. Let me see. I got a lot of Drake on here, chat. It's the boy. I don't know where the fuck it went. It's all a lie. They didn't cook the battle. This might be it. I believe a huge part. Let me see if I can find it. I gotta find this, chat. This is it. There's just no fucking way that Pusha T of all people, King Push, the Clips, album of the year, Pusha T of all people got ghostwriting allegations, and you're not gonna believe who was with.
Knew that I would be what I became.
Knew that I would be what I became.
You're not gonna believe who was with.
The real gonna come out, the real gonna.
I don't think this is it. This is probably it. Oh, this bro, I got. Okay, Drake's What I Missed was hip hop's last Hot 100 top 10 hit. So this was April 8th. This was 5 weeks ago. And again, you know, I think I called it, man. I think I like, you know, there's been very few people on YouTube or wherever, streaming, whatever, who have really gave Drake the benefit of the doubt or knew what was going to happen. I gotta laugh. Like, you got to clap it up. You got to clap it up because these dudes are all just so wrong about everything that they've been saying. Like, remember when people said there was a shift in hip hop and Kendrick created that shift? Kendrick didn't do shit. Kendrick didn't do shit. The person who created the shift is right in front of you, and that's Drake. Drake created the shift. Okay, look, it's right in front of you. Last record to go into the top 10, not number 1, not number 3, not the top 5. There hasn't been a hip hop record in the top 10 since 9 months ago, and that was What Did I Miss? Which, in hindsight, should have been a number 1 record, but the label was playing games, same as Nokia. But I'm glad he's doing this. I'm glad he's doing this. I love the shift that Drake has caused. This is the real shift right here. This is the plot twist, making everybody realize just how critical this dude is to the whole thing. Kendrick ain't on the Richter scale. Kendrick has never been on the scale. There's levels. There's fucking levels. And now you're seeing the levels. The shift happened when Drake did this, okay? It's very, very clear for anyone with a brain. All you need is like a half functioning brain to go Drake features wiki and look at this thing and go to his features. Look at what he was doing 2009. Look at all the features 2010. Look at all the features. Look what he was doing for people 2011. all features, all bangers. Love Me, Poetic Justice, Problems, Diced Pineapples, Amen. Bangers, bangers, No New Friends. All bangers. Who Do You Love with YG. Believe Me with Wayne. He Did This 2014. 2050, Truffle Butter. 100 with The Game, Rico. Where You At? Work with Rihanna. He did this his whole career. His whole career. Look, it's still going. We're only in 2018 right now. 2019. But you'll see, watch the difference. 2021, not so much. 2022, only 2. 2023, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2024, barely any. 2025, barely nothing. Except the record that he did with, there's the record that he did with 21 that's not on here. But you see what he did, right? He froze them out. He stopped, and not only do I feel like he stopped doing features, I feel like he put out music that he knew wasn't gonna probably go number 1. ICEMAN was like the start of the game, really. I don't even think this is not even glazing. This is just facts. This is just facts. And now the shift is back. Drake caused the shift and the freeze. Now he's shifted it back. And I guarantee you're going to just watch what happens next, because Drake is probably going to go on a feature run. And he's probably going to give features to the people that he wants to give features to, not through UMG. 13K in pure sales. This unbiased reviewer I'm supposed to take serious, hating on the fucking threads out of all places. This guy's a loser, bro. Like, who takes this dude? Like, I try and look at a lot of these guys and be like, would I actually hang out with this dude in person for any reason? Like, when I was growing up, would I be friends with this dude? No. Like, this guy was a loser, bro. No. So many misconceptions. Either way, always respect art form. Now you got TDE Lunch weighing in. These guys are crashing out. Congrats, SZA, for the AMA. Shout out to my camp. So many misconceptions. Either way, what does he mean by that? Shebang. Yeah, this guy's never gonna look like this guy. TDE Punch. His Twitter will never be the same again. It's the same for Screwface. Like, you go on under any post and he just gets cooked by the Drake people. Respect female employees. Yeah, like, he might as well just get off Twitter. But I'm loving to see it. I know you guys are too. Michael Jackson wasn't iconic because of his achievements. He was iconic because of his impact, his innovation, pushing the sound of music. His accolades were a cherry on top. No, I disagree. I disagree that Drake don't have any of these things, because you say Michael Jackson was iconic because of his impact. So Far Game changed the game. That mixtape changed the game, bro. Like, the even the singing and rapping thing, like, Drake made that a thing, bro. He did. Yeah, people did it before him, but Drake, his impact on that can't be denied. When Drake joined up with Apple and did the deal and ushered in this new streaming era, that's impact, bro. That's impact. I know they're spiraling. Yeah, these guys are all spiraling, bro. All spiraling. And it's funny because right here with Fantano, you got, mind you, this is called Culture United, right? You got one guy who is literally a Nazi, like a habitual hard ER user. You got this guy who is like a crazy Trump fan and just got aired out for it. You got this guy who's trying to censor diss tracks. I mean, it writes itself. The only one that don't belong here is Rob. Rob is cool. I like Rob. All 42 songs charted. Drake might officially be the new king of pop. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Yo, Screwface, how can a number one album and number one song all be a flop at the same time? It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. These guys are spiraling. These guys are spiraling, bro, badly.
Without my mistakes, see, I tend to think in opposites, never moderate.
What does he mean? Like, this is actually a dope freestyle by Joe. I don't think, like, he's saying that Joe's never rapped in his life nearly as good as Drake. Joe is a really good rapper, man. He is. Joe was amazing. I wouldn't say they're pretty different, but like Joe can rap, bro. Joe can fucking rap. That's one thing you can't take away from him. He can definitely rap. GNX really is the rap thriller. Oh man, these guys are really, like, the Drake fans are having a good time right now. Like, for me, I've never been like I said before, I've never been like a big numbers guy or like accolades type awards, record breaking like that. That's never been my main thing. But I just like the fact that the music across all 3 albums is great and that people are enjoying it. And it's going to be, you know, some of these songs are going to be the songs of the summer, and we're going to get to enjoy them when we're outside with our friends and family. And like, that's what I really love the best. But it's definitely nice to watch these guys drink these tears. Metro said sometimes there ain't no beef, but there ain't no being cool again either. So Metro Boomin, maybe not cool with Drake at this point. Yeah, I mean, I think he's right. Sometimes it's like, yo, I don't hate that dude, but we're not going to be cool either. Like, you know, we just went our separate ways. I don't wish any malice on him, but yeah, I could respect that. You know? Let me see here. You should watch Wayno's video. Just say you don't like Drake at 9:25 mark about the hypocrisy of folks calling Drake a PDF. I really like Wayno. I really like Wayno. I watch his channel all the time. I probably already watched that video, to be honest with you. I like him. I like his channel. I like Rob, and I've always liked their channels. I think for the most part, they're relatively unbiased. Now, I know that Wayno's got some industry relationships, too, that maybe he favors sometimes, right? Which is, you know, is to be expected. But I do think he's pretty fair for the most part. I do think he's pretty fair.
Everybody from LA that
I think he's pretty fair for the most part. So let me see here. Okay, 9 minutes and 25. Right here.
as if what he's saying is as bad as the things that was said about him musically and socially. Like, come on, you gotta be fair about this shit. Niggas scream over your hole. Listen, I'm from New York. I'm gonna mind my New York business. I'm really not, but I'm just speaking as a spectator that's not from either one of these sides. I'm not from the West Coast and I'm not from Toronto. But it was okay for niggas to call him a freaky ass nigga and a 69 god, and probably strike a chord and it's A minor. And then he says, you ain't had a slap since me and YG rap, and niggas can't play that? Nah, bro. Nah, we not doing that, man. We not doing that, bro. That ain't hip hop. Now that's not hip hop. You gotta respect everything in war, bro. You gotta respect everything in war. If a nigga catch you slipping, they catch you slipping. It is what it is. Whether you like the record or not, to take the edit out because for the DJs that feel conflicted, should no DJs feel conflicted? If y'all don't want to play the record, just don't play the record. If you do want to play the record, then see, y'all got all them politics and shit. Y'all got all them check-ins and DPs and...
Yeah, I mean, no, I think for the most part, honestly, I hear people in the chat saying that they don't like Wayno or whatever, but I feel like for the most part, he's pretty... To me, I think he's pretty fair. I don't think he's like crazy nefarious towards Drake. I don't think he like slanders him. I don't think he's built his channel off of Drake hate. I think he built his channel off covering everything in hip hop, and that I definitely respect. You know, he doesn't just have a Drake hate channel. I think he gives Drake's his props on things that he feels, you know, Drake deserves props for. And you know, I think, what is he saying here? Fans accuse Spotify of moving the goalposts for Drake. So I think for the most part, like he seems to give. I don't watch all of his videos, but maybe I missed something. But I know he always said he hated the lawsuit, but there's a lot of people in that boat. What's this? Drake's Iceman is not about Kendrick Lamar. Some of it is. some of it is about Kendrick Lamar, right? Even this right here, some of it is like I just pointed out some visuals that look like they're about Kendrick, but even Whisper My Name, the bear, right? Like in the beginning. So you see this bear here, right? The bear is the California symbol, right? The pumpkin head here is October. October's very own. This bear right here, he thinks that he could take him on type of thing, right?
I don't have to worry. I don't have to care. My coat is very furry. I'm grizzly bear.
But now the winter hits and the pumpkin turns into the Iceman, basically, like transferring from one era to like kind of like Drake's villain arc, which I think he's still in. You could see that the pumpkin freezes over. Turns into a snowman, right? That's definitely a reference to Kendrick there, for sure. So yeah, there's disses for Kendrick on the album, like tons. So thank you, Discord Dance Plays, for that. Saint Emiliana from Prophet Zachary. What is that? Saint Emiliana. Saint Emiliana refers to the 6th century Catholic virgin and mystic. What is that? It's a game? In order to save her. Is this what you're talking about? Saint Emiliana in like Catholic Church. I'm gonna have to look at this, bro. Seems like a lot right now for stream. I'll definitely look into that. Prophet. $2. Marcus Aemilius Lepodius. Legacy. Marcus Aemilius Lepidus. Legacy. Is best remembered as the third man of the second, whatever that is. While often overshadowed by his more famous contemporaries, his legacy lies in the essential stabilizing role. The fall of the Republic. Interesting. The fall of the Republic, eh? I'll have to look at that too. Eminem said this would happen to Drake. Yeah, I think, you know, whenever you get to the point that Drake has, you're going to have a lot of haters too, right? He's from Canada. He's mixed. He's Jewish. Like, you know, the deck is stacked again against him for criticism, right? 5 from Panama Beauty. So good to see you in here. What's up, Matt? Just want to show some love. It's refreshing to see genuine people doing great content. Keep cooking. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. 216 lines tap. He had new collabs across the 3 new albums. Yeah, he did actually. That's a good point, bro. That's a good point. 203 from Vancouver. Are you a BC baby? Beyonce Carter too? I don't think Beyonce's from Houston, right? She's from Houston, but I don't know what her connection to Vancouver would be. She's obviously performed there, but I don't know. She's not from Vancouver, BC. From Vancouver, you a BC baby. Beyonce Carter, BC. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. All right. Maybe. Beyonce Carter. BC baby. I kind of like that, bro. Damn. Huh. It's the first I heard that. Did anyone else catch that? Vancouver, you a BC. You a BC baby. Beyonce Carter. Wow. Okay, let's go, Janice. Let's see if anyone caught that on Genius, bro. That could be you know, if it is about her, then it would make sense, but I'm not completely sold on it. What did they say here? Vancouver's a city, BC. Green derived from greenhorn means to. Notably, green is also slang for weed. British Columbia is well known for BC bud strain. It's legendary BC bud strain. Nah, it's not. It's not a BC bud strain. It's just that any weed from BC is called BC bud. There's many strains. BC bud just means it was grown in British Columbia. Interesting though, Joel. Interesting. Patron saint of mothers and difficult marriages. Patron saint of mothers and difficult marriages. Huh? The primary patron saint of mothers and difficult marriages is Saint Monica. She's best known for enduring a deeply challenging marriage to a volatile, unhealthy pagan husband and for her relentless prayers that eventually led to the conversation. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm still trying to figure shit out. 511 from Joel. The guy swinging the heart on the chain in Make Them Pay video also relates to Kendrick because of the Heart series. Damn, Joel, you're cooking tonight, bro. You're cooking tonight. I like that. Yeah. Good call, bro. Yes. That's very good. That's very good, man. I like that. BC is before Christ, ain't it? Yeah, BC could be before Christ, British Columbia, a whole lot of things. But yo, chat, I'm gonna dip because I'm definitely going to the gym today because I haven't went in 2 weeks, and I feel my mental health deteriorating by the minute. So I got to get in there. But thanks for everyone for the support. And as more news comes out, I'll do these. But the breakdown is like the primary thing right now. So I spent a couple hours with you guys today, and yeah, I'll be back if something big pops off. But other than that, I'm working on the